Hola.
Hola.
Me tengo que hacer un poquito del micrófono, como siempre. Y aquí andamos. ¿Qué tal estás, Cora?
Pues bastante bien, la verdad.
Pues espero que sigas bien y que podamos continuar con la historia de Honkai y que no sea tan larga como la anterior.
Sí, y porque además en los anteriores directos no puedo estar, de directos de Honkai. Cosas de tener exámenes, lo siento. Pero bueno, he logrado ponerme al día, hoy, en una tarde. No sé cómo lo he hecho.
Bueno, pero eso está bien, no pasa nada.
Pero lo he logrado, así que podemos continuar.
Pues vamos a continuar, pues. Aquí le damos al trenecito chuchu y tiramos para adelante. A ver qué nos dispara esta historia. Que nos despedimos de Colonia Penal el otro directo.
Sí, a saber qué ocurre
Dijimos
ahora, ¿verdad?
adiós, así que no sabemos a dónde nos dirigimos.
Que además me resultó muy curioso porque en lo que vi la última vez, bueno, jugado por mi parte, esto de elijamos nuestro propio destino y daba como tres mundos, en plan, el mundo en el que era
Sí,
el relojero, el otro mundo, uno que estaba en peligro que decían que había que investigar y creo que había otro más, algo así. Y me pareció muy interesante, la
sí,
verdad.
pero eso no era
De,
verdad, así que no
ya,
sabemos
no
dónde
era, no
iremos.
era verdad, pero
Así
supongo
es
que esos
verdad,
mundos
estaba
sí
aquí
que existen.
con Elegía, que han puesto un nuevo modo de algo,
Mm.
y pues él estaba aquí dándole a los jefecillos. Porque básicamente son peleas, más peleas y más peleas. Me he metido en la bolsa sin querer. No quería. ¿Ves? En el diario de viaje aquí te sale lo de espejismo apocalíptico. Y
Mm.
parece ser que es algo que se va a quedar con nosotros.
Parece ser.
¿O no? No lo sé, pero tendría sentido. 22,76, ¿cómo? 9 de 12. Sí, claro, es como la pura ficción y todo esto es una rama más.
No, no la mía.
Y pues nada. Oh, el de narraciones extraordinarias no lo tengo entero. Habrá que echarle un vistazo en algún momento de mi existencia. Pero hoy no va a ser el día. Misiones. Vamos a irnos a nuestra habitación del hotel y a ver qué nos comentan por aquí. Pues me he hecho una siestecita y la verdad es que la necesitaba. Madre mía, es que he dormido menos de 6 horas esta noche, así que
Madre
vamos.
mía.
Sí, efectivamente. Ay.
This place holds such fond memories. Care to reminisce?
Oye, pero en el Honkai voy bien, voy subiendo a tope todos los rastros de los personajes que uso de vez en cuando. O sea, el equipo completo que llevo ahora tiene todos los rastros enteros. Tengo que
Yo lo
subir
estoy
quizá
intentando.
el cono de luz de Acheron, pero creo que el resto está en 80.
Wake up!
Yo tengo los
Hey, wake
personajes
up!
nivel
The
80
sun's frying your butt.
y los rastros van subiendo poco a poco porque conseguí a Robin, la he metido en mi equipo y
Are
claro,
you
los rastros
okay?
no es que los tenga a tope.
Claro.
Can you hear me?
Salió hace nada.
I didn't hear a peep from your room, and it really freaked me out.
A ver qué nos dice así más. Wow, esta conversación se siente como un déjà vu.
What are you talking about? Are you still half asleep or something? The Order's dream is over. Even though it's been a day, I still break into a sweat when I think about it. Our trailblazing expedition almost ended in Penacony. I'm so jealous that you got a good night's sleep. I was traumatized and too scared to even close my eyes. I thought if I fell asleep, I'd
Pobrecilla.
never wake up again.
¿Qué pasó con el
The
Estelaro?
Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like, "The Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to a halt." After all, they can't just reveal the truth about the Order. Now, all the major lineages, except for the Oak family, are dealing with the aftermath. The family has invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for an important meeting. Everyone's waiting for you, so hurry up and pack. We're leaving as soon as you're ready.
Como no, siempre me están esperando, es que de verdad. Somos los tardones de turno. Nos hemos quedado dormidos.
After all this craziness, nothing is better than staying safe in reality.
A salvo en la realidad, bueno. Relativo, ¿no? ¿Qué es el feldespato radiante?
It's a massive airship, and it's awesome. I heard it's never shown to the public. Only VIP guests of the family get to board it and enjoy the breathtaking views of Penacony. The Iris family sent us a bunch of souvenirs. Fruit baskets, plus this fancy button model.
Suena como si estuviesen intentando comprarnos.
We are pretty much celebrities on the planet of festivities now, aren't we?
Madre mía. Cuéntame más sobre el estado actual de Color
The
Imperial.
Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like,
Esto me lo acabas de
now all
decir,
the
Omar.
major lineages, except for the Oak, the Stellaron.
Mierda, le he vuelto a dar.
Now all the
¿Qué te pasó en el sueño?
Why the sudden interest in that? Well, I was dragged into the sweet dream. I felt a cold tentacle diving into my memories. But something else was there. So the tentacle suddenly disappeared. And then I dreamed about stuffing my face with delicious food and going on a shopping spree. Sunday didn't seriously believe that was the life I wanted, right? Breaking free from that cheesy illusion was just a piece of cake.
Pues vamos por los demás.
Yeah, let's go. We've got some time before we board the ship, so let's catch up with everyone at Dream Jolt Hostelry.
Venga, menos mal, nos llevan ellos. No tengo que moverme yo.
Tal cual.
Bueno, ahora esto hasta que cargue vamos bien.
O no, o vamos a empezar con diálogo hasta que el...
No. Ya hemos empezado con diálogo. Ya
No.
hasta que termine el diálogo nos van a dar aquí la una.
Sí, como llevamos en toda la trama de este mundo, por Dios.
Efectivamente. Y lo que falta, parece ser que va a ser la nueva dinámica. Que no me quejo, me gusta la historia.
Es muy interesante, la historia está
Luciana.
superior, pero Dios.
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon.
Y Silvergolf,
How was it?
preciosa, bonita,
Did it live up
niña.
to your dreamscape expectations?
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it. Just a heads up, you're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so keep a low profile. And this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's gotta be a whole new experience for you, right?
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life. Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say that. Don't worry. I've hacked all the systems and left no trace.
Me encanta Silverwolf, ojalá tenerla.
Don't
A
do
ver si la vuelven a sacar en
that
el
may
diván.
draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you.
Más es muy gracioso.
Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go wherever you want, unbothered.
Thank you.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love this fake name. Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I hear the Genius Society is here. How about we go stir up some excitement?
Si Wolf sigue teniendo una
Well,
ubicación
you
con
know,
el
my
círculo de genios.
script isn't over yet.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities. How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens, right?
You may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you've already made up your mind, and no words will dissuade you. Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Penacony, get one for me too. Just swipe my card, you know the pin. She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep
Acabo
them
de
for
llamar vieja
yourself.
casca por toda la cara.
Oh, by the way, Blade didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Penacony. He's always so subtle with his words.
Got it. He was just worried about me. Relax, Silverwolf. You know me. I won't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka, as she never refuses. Or maybe I'll give it to Blade. He'll appreciate it. That's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
Qué mona Luciérnaga.
Es adorable.
Oh, perspectiva de tu paz. Vaya, vaya. Esta no me la esperaba. Mientras tanto, en el feldespato o no sé qué, habíamos.
Yo no me voy a tocar. Y si me dejan manejarlo tampoco.
Inside making preparations, but the big boss hasn't arrived yet. It'll be a while before the conference starts, I'm afraid.
Huh. Quite a spectacle. The family really knows how to make things look impressive. I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location for the conference. I didn't expect them to go with a luxury airship.
About this, Director. I've asked around. This airship, named the Radiant Feldspar, belongs to the Alfalfa family. This conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Penacony's future. Such an important event should have been held at it. Well, somewhere secretive in the moment of morning dew. The atmosphere here, it doesn't feel serious enough.
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it wants to assess the IPC stance beforehand. This influential figure either has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement, or they plan to put pressure on us to make us back off.
Oh, your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss arrives, please remind her to be cautious and watch out for any traps.
Thank you for the reminder, but I don't think that will be necessary. When she's at the table, it's the others who need to be cautious. Just tell everyone on our team to stay focused on their tasks and not worry about the negotiations.
Oh, got it. I'll do it right away.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious consequences. I mean, really serious.
Got it. Thank you for the reminder, Director.
Jolín, ya, el chanchito ya... ¡Ay! Este chanchito está con el otro chanchito en el... ¡Mira, está subido encima!
Aquí es una fuente de chanchitos. Es una piscina para que se bañen.
¡Sí, mírales! ¡Maravilla!
Y hay
¡Por
otro.
Dios, mírales! ¡Ah, qué cositas! Pero es que mira,
Y hay
está
otro
encima
en la
del
burbuja.
otro. Se ha subido el...
Y hay otro.
¡Ay, qué cosita más mona!
Y uno encima de una burbuja.
Pero no les haces nada, así. No existe.
A la
O
izquierda
sea,
está
no
uno.
puedes enfrentarte a ellos. Sí,
No. A la
mírale, está
izquierda.
aquí,
No, el de
mirando
la
a la pared.
izquierda. Encima de la
Está
burbuja.
encima de la burbuja. He intentado saltar con el espacio. Mira, hay otro encima de la burbuja.
¿Y esa que te llevo diciendo media hora?
No, encima del el grande no, el pequeñito encima de la burbuja flotante.
Ah, no. Yo digo. Ah, ese no lo había visto. Por favor. Que hacen una piscina los. Por favor, qué adorable.
Ay, qué maravilla, por Dios. ¿Va a venir el Conti ya para acá? ¿O? Aquí está, a ver. El Conti es chiquito, mírale. Ay, qué lindo. Mira un cofre.
Mira, me encanta tener a Topaz. Es que voy a ir buscando todos los cofres.
Pues nada, vamos para adelante.
None of the important figures have arrived yet. Huh. Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while. Such a bustling place. I think I'll take a little walk around.
La cancelación del festival Carismonía fue debido a un atentado. ¿Cuáles crees que son las posibilidades de que la familia acepte que la corporación se quede con todo? Es difícil decirlo, el orgullo de la familia no nos permitirá doblegarse fácilmente, aunque las circunstancias actuales les obligan a tomar una decisión. Pero en tiempos difíciles, algo podría salir mal si les molesta. Creo que la familia podría no aceptar las condiciones. Entonces depende de la destreza del departamento de inversiones estratégicas. Deprisa planificamos antes de actuar. Ok. ¿Qué es esto? Pasteles. Ay, Conti.
Oh, are you hungry, Numby? Food in the dream. Shouldn't taste bad, right?
Tirar un helado de papas fritas a Conti. Tirar un pastel de roble a Conti. Tirar una disco burger a Conti. Ok. Vamos un pastel de roble.
Numby, catch!
Después de comerse el pastel de roble, Conti se ve algo incómodo. Vaya, ¿qué le habrá pasado?
Oops, not to your liking, huh? Sorry. I'll treat you to a nice meal once we get back to reality.
No le gusta. Bueno, está bien. A ver, hablemos con este señor guardia de la familia.
So many buttons. How many centuries would it take to press them all? Huh. Didn't expect those pooches to actually recycle them all.
Uy, es Sparkle.
Huh?
La voz.
What are these?
For your safety, please stay away from those objects.
For my safety? Are these buttons something dangerous?
Not exactly. Lately, there's been a prankster in the Sweet Dream who's been handing out strange button devices to anyone he meets. According to those involved, he said something like, "Just press this button and all of Penacony will explode." Luckily, no one believed him. Still, The Bloodhound family collected these buttons just to be on the safe side.
Nadie ha tratado de presionarlos.
What will happen if you press it? Hasn't anyone actually tried?
Well, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony? All the guests here have one thing in common. They're terrified of death. Anyway, the family will deal with these things. Please, kindly keep your distance.
Bueno, pues dejemos a Sparkle con sus botones. ¡Oh! Otro cofre. Ya está, ¿no? Otro cofre. Madre mía. Sí que detecta los cofres en la lejanía.
Sí, sí, sí. Bienvenido sea, también te digo.
Otro cofre. Otra vez para abajo. A ver.
Watch yourselves in front of the IPC. Don't you dare embarrass me.
Madre mía. ¿Qué? ¿Algún cofre más, Conti? Nos parece que ya se tranquilizó. Pues nada, hablemos con la enviada de la familia.
Greetings, madame. What can I do for you?
Hello. Could you tell me more about the Radiant Feldspar?
I assume you are the ambassador of the IPC Strategic Investment Department. It's my honor to assist you. The Radiant Feldspar is owned by Mr. Odie Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. Mr. Alfalfa invested a significant amount in building this luxurious airship an Ember era ago, and it has been sailing across the 12 hours of the dreamscape ever since.
Oh, so it's owned by old Odie himself. No wonder the ship is so lavishly decorated.
Indeed, Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable taste. Only the most prestigious guests are invited by the Alfalfa family to board this airship. Please allow me to continue my introduction. The Radiant Feldspar had been cruising over the Sea of Dreams in Penacony for an entire Ember era. But its voyage was temporarily halted due to the recent reverberation.
Reverberation? Such a formal way of putting it. You're really downplaying the whole thing. I apologize. Please continue.
Following the previous reverberation in the Sweet Dream, the Radiant Feldspar had to suspend its voyage temporarily. Thankfully, the factors that disrupted the dreamscape have been resolved. However, due to, well, certain special reasons, the Charmony Festival, originally scheduled at the Penacony Grand Theater, had to be temporarily postponed. So, Mr. Alfalfa suggested relocating the Charmony Festival to the Radiant Feldspar, taking this opportunity to announce the resumption of the airship's voyage.
Ah, well, that would meet the family's needs and also create momentum for Mr. Alfalfa himself. Quite fitting for a legendary tycoon like him. Thank you for explaining matters to me. Goodbye. Hello? The Talent Motivation Department? Again? Internal review? Will it ever end? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time to squabble with you guys. The way I handled the Urillo case was approved by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are complete. Can't you check on them yourselves? I just don't understand. Why are you so fixated on this minor case and constantly escalating it? Seriously, what's your purpose?
Teniendo problemas por el caso de Harry 4.
Why not just hang up?
Harry 6, no me acuerdo cuál es. ¿Por qué no solo
In my
cuelgas?
opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice
Dios mío.
for the astral
Dios.
experience in their favor.
Ay, Conti le tiene miedo.
That's not a bad
Me
deal
muero,
for the
me
department.
muero. Quiero ser esa mujer en la vida.
It's been a while, little Yelena.
I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble? You can tell me anything. Just like old times.
Ah,
Uy.
it's been a while, Madam Jade.
Uy,
I'm honored to have the
señora.
opportunity to
Uy,
work with you.
señora.
Uy, la
You're
señora.
still so formal, aren't
Uf.
you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal. No need for unnecessary titles like Madam.
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that. After all, you are a senior.
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stonehearts, I need you to be at your best. Especially since the upcoming negotiations leave no room for error. As sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference, right?
I believe old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits before the official negotiations between the IPC and Penacony.
That's true, and it works in our favor. Do you know why?
If we can reach some sort of agreement with old Oti beforehand, and gauge our opponent's boundaries, our future negotiations will go much more smoothly. That's the obvious benefit.
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that as the head of the Alfalfa family, his actions suggest that the 5 lineages might not be as united as the Odes of Harmony would suggest. As long as the influence of Harmony hasn't completely permeated their core, personal desires will always have their way. Thankfully, influential figures in Penacony haven't entirely suppressed their own desires. It's similar to the power struggles within the IPC. The supposed all-for-one philosophy shared by the 5 lineages. It's just a slogan now that the Dream Master has gone.
After the downfall of the Oak family, old Oti's faction became the dominant force in Penacony. Even if we consider only the succession order, he's the longest serving and most senior among all the family heads.
Yes, that's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy. It's like playing a game of chess, where every move needs to be carefully thought out.
Absolutely. The 3 steps of negotiation. Listen, test, and strike. That's what you taught me.
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarilo case.
That was based on my personal experience.
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but the family head is ready to meet the ambassadors from the Strategic Investment Department.
Time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that esteemed supporting actor. Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Penacony. Aventurine has already made a small opening, and you and I, we're going to tear it wide open.
Pues dale. Vamos a por ellos.
A por la familia. Aunque ojalá que no triunfe, porque la corporación no es que me guste mucho.
No.
Me gustan los personajes esos, los de la piedra. Miren los 3 que hay por así. Pero el corporación no me gusta. Pero hay que reconocer que Jade, Topaz y Aventurino, uff.
Cofre. Se ha ido para arriba por un cofre. Si teníamos ese más cerca. Madre mía.
Hard work pays off.
No parece haber nada por aquí. Así que podemos hablar con él.
Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of attentiveness that might have led to a lengthy wait outside.
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in person. You may not be aware, but the book Odi Alfalfa, the biography, is a must-read for all Strategic Investment Department employees.
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who single-handedly built the Penacony economy.
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts from the Strategic Investment Department. You're definitely skilled in the art of conversation. I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to the point instead. Since I invited you IPC ambassadors on board, I'm sure you've figured out the topic I'd like to discuss, yes?
The future of Penacony, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely. Those few words represent a terribly complicated situation indeed. Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself killed. But what was it all for? Wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
The wisdom and experience you've accumulated over 10 Amber Eras are truly impressive. Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's actions?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. You must have witnessed much in your worldly experiences. However, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony. Old Oti won't sit idly by when faced with a greedy wolf.
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on Penacony. If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important negotiations.
One of our P-45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence during the Charmony Festival, Penacony's credibility has taken a hit in the public's eyes. Despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are real, are they not?
You use the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition and unconventional thinking. Curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by self-listing and going public.
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC and go public on a universal scale.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire universe. Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose. This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Their level of intellectual flexibility doesn't even come close to an old fellow like me. Thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated. The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Penacony still holds immense potential and opportunities, and that the family remains confident in its future.
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right moment for Penacony to regain the spotlight. And if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make will be scrutinized by trillions of people.
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please, consider it carefully.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of information. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments, and to respond on behalf of the IPC later.
Of course. Take your time, dear ladies.
Pues nada, volvemos a ser nosotros mismos. Ya no nos gobiernan. Veremos ahora
The
que...
Alfalfa family had a meeting with the IPC?
I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said it was to return the favor. It's not hard to imagine. Penacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces casting greedy eyes and the undercurrent of order lurking within. Instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats, Penacony would rather take a step back and invite the IPC to negotiate at the table, ostensibly to cooperate, but in reality, to secure more opportunities for their own survival.
Well, no wonder they sought the mediation from the Astral Express. In your opinion, who should we stand behind?
I don't think the followers of the Harmony are completely innocent victims in all of this. For reasons unknown, they have a strong desire to smooth things over, which leads to speculation about their motives. If either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Penacony, it would return to its previous illusory dream of hedonism, and the efforts of those previous nameless would once again go to waste. There you are. Did you rest well?
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep sleep.
Oh, Ángel nos dejó dormir. Se siente como si acabara de tener un sueño muy largo.
Even long dreams eventually come to an end. Our adventure in Penacony is reaching its conclusion. After Anna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the Montour system soon arrived and swiftly took control of the situation. Most members of the Oak family fell unconscious, but fortunately, their lives were not in danger.
The mastermind behind the plans was confirmed to be Gopher Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was dead already.
Vaya. ¿Y qué pasó con Sunday?
He'll face a trial. As for further details, the family would rather not disclose them.
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charmony Festival. They believe the family failed to safeguard the Sweet Dream, significantly eroding their credibility in the process. While quite different from the truth, This appears to be the outcome with the least impact.
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep. Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll embrace the sweet dream again. Here's a toast, with 3 glasses of Glory of the Trailblaze to all of you.
La gloria de 13 caminos, esa es la bebida que hicimos en el evento. Vamos a
Yeah,
encontrarnos.
it's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion. When will the Astral Express leave Penacony?
We'll stay a bit longer, but not too long.
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell, then it seems to be missing something. Music? Atmosphere? Maybe a special drink to honor those who are not here. Let's see. The mixed drink should be solemn, dignified, and unique, as we'll use it to pay respect to those fallen heroes. To the nameless resting in peace, and to Gallagher.
¿Estás diciendo que Gallagher se ha muerto?
Eso os digo yo.
¿En qué momento Gallagher se ha puesto?
Eso ha desaparecido.
It's rare for all passengers to leave the Express together during a trailblazing expedition. But for Penacony, it seems most appropriate.
Pero ¿qué hay del
Given the conductor's presence, there's no need to worry about it. However, it's crucial that we soon return to inform Pom Pom about the Nameless.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué te pasó en el sueño?
In my dream, the Express stopped at many places, and passengers came and went. However, the 5 of us were always present,
La gente no
and the
quiere
journey
que
seemed
termine
never-ending.
el viaje nunca.
Perhaps this could be a deep-seated desire inside me. And upon realizing this, I knew it wasn't real.
Incidentes del orden en Corriperas, bueno, casi.
No related records exist in the databank, but I have a theory. The hidden dangers of the Order have always been within the Harmony. And this issue existed within the family from the very beginning. However, now that more powers in the universe are aware of this secret, the situation in the cosmos will become more complicated.
Eso es todo por ahora.
Like I said, we'll go and see. Once we've packed everything, we should head to our next destination.
Pues nada, hemos terminado de hablar con la gente, nos vemos con Gwen.
This trailblazing expedition has been thrilling and memorable. Hopefully we've all gained insights about ideals, paranoia, clarity, and dreams from the experiences we've had.
¿Qué pasa con Sandy?
One bird longs for the earth and the other longs for the sky. Even if Robin had to stop her brother with her own hands, she won't give up on him. However, facing punishment from the Harmony is inevitable. He will face a trial. As for further details, the family would rather not disclose them. Since the family took up residence in Penacony, the Order has been hiding in plain sight under the guise of the Oak family, using the Stellaron's power to strengthen their hold on the Sweet Dream, which eventually resulted in disaster.
Esta vez sí
That's
que
the
está.
claim the family makes.
La verdad.
Whether
Hacía
they were
años que no
truly
estaba, pero he
aware
conseguido
of all this
aprenderlo.
is a delicate matter.
Así que, hola, puntitos.
Venturine's efforts finally earned the IPC a seat at the table. As a result, a more senior representative arrived in Penacony and initiated negotiations with the family. As far as the Astral Express is concerned, the IPC will make for an invaluable ally during the negotiations to prevent Penacony returning to its former ways. Well, it was somewhat surprising. In that dream, I returned to my homeworld and reunited with my long-lost friends. And, for some reason, Acheron resurfaced in my mind. When I realized that her conclusion was not preserved in memories, I became aware of the bitter truth. The conclusion of a journey can often be sorrowful. All we can do is to try to make sure it ends on a happy note.
Vale. Me falta alguien del estrés astral. Estaba por aquí 7 de marzo, pero no lo veo. Allí.
Guess what? Something weird just happened when I was on my way over here. Someone gave me a strange gift. So I unwrapped
Muy bien,
it and
Fruncitas, así
found
me
out it was
gusta.
a button with a message on the back.
Ya sabes, tendrás que quedarte el directo para obtenerlos.
And all of Penacony will explode. That sounds terrifying.
¿Lo presionaste?
Of course not. Who would press something like that? By the time I turned around, the person had already vanished. So I handed it over to a nearby hound. I heard there were many similar reports before the Charmony Festival started. I'm really worried about the future of Penacony.
Vale, ya hemos hablado con los tres, así que vamos a hablar con Siobhan y que nos dé las bebidas.
Ready to mix your drink?
¿Y qué pasó con Gallagher?
I'm not
Sí, por
sure.
favor.
I haven't seen him since our last meeting at the lounge. Come to think of it, he always did come and go quietly. We used to discuss everything here. But every time he'd leave, I'd realize that I didn't know him at all.
Hasta donde yo sé, Siobhan es
Such
una
is the
mujer.
mystery that is Gallagher.
Es un hombre.
I have a
Es un hombre, ¿eh?
hunch.
Seguro.
Giovanni es un hombre.
Giovanni es un
Wishes
hombre.
and won't be coming back.
Vamos a decir que es trans. Y así lo dejamos.
Seguro que es un hombre, ¿eh? Yo creo que es una mujer.
Me parece que es un hombre. A mí la voz me parece de hombre.
Sí, pero la han tratado de mujer a lo largo de la historia.
No tengo ni idea.
O sea, yo creo que es mujer, ¿eh?
No lo sé.
Vamos a mezclar las bebidas.
Before we start, would you
No
like
sé
to
lo que
talk to your
es.
friends? We have plenty of time.
Que no tengo ni idea de lo que es.
No hay necesidad.
All
Ya he
right,
hablado con
as
ellos.
you wish. Huh. I think I have an idea about what drink to make. Would you like it bitter or sweet? It's up to you. Choose the flavor that suits you best at this moment.
Dulce.
Drowning
Dulce es la victoria.
sweetness. One of the most challenging drinks to make.
¿Cómo que la
A
voz es de
slight
chica?
La
A
voz
mí
es
la
de
voz no
chica.
suena chica.
Can
La
result
voz
in
es
A
de
mí
an
me
chica.
suena la voz
overwhelmingly
de chico.
viscous
La voz
sweet
de...
taste.
Chico.
A ver. Hay voces de chicas que son un poco más graves, pero siguen siendo voces de chicas.
Joder, pues me sonaba chico y no sé por qué.
Ah, pues no. No.
However, with the right ratios, you get a uniquely sweet drink with a lingering
Ahora la voz es de chica,
aftertaste.
te dice.
Not a
No,
bad
bueno.
choice.
Pues yo la
Let's
interpreto
start
de chico.
mixing.
¿Yo qué quieres que te diga?
Voz de mami. Sí, un poquito sí. Ay, que mira, pero bueno, elegir copa pequeña. Copa pequeña. Copa pequeña. Siguiente. Un poco hielo. Siguiente. En mermelada de ensueño. ¿Dónde está la mermelada de ensueño? Aquí. 2 de mermelada de ensueño. Y una de crema espumosa de... Ala. Siguiente. Elegir pajarito de papel. Ala. Ya tenemos nuestra bebida. Vivian hablaría así.
Words always fall short. If you want to bring
Bueno,
closure
pues
to
si Vivian
past
hablaría
events at
así.
this lounge, there's no better way than mixing a drink. Blend all your memories and emotions together and stir them well. Through the filter of time, what remains in the glass is something to savor. Well, it's done. Here's to the nameless resting in peace, and to my friend Gallagher. The spirit of freedom will spread far and wide among the stars, and its legacy will be more timeless than a pastoral song. We're not accepted by the outside world, so we've gathered here. And one day, our souls will return to the same place. Cheers.
Salud. A ver, he recibido un mensaje. ¿De quién es el mensaje? Oh, de Himeko. Vayamos al feldespato radiante. Estoy a punto de terminar con lo mío. Nos vemos en la piscina en la popa de un rato. Ok, nos vemos luego. Voy ahora mismo. Ir primero para allanar el terreno. Por cierto, Himeko, ¿qué estás haciendo en el feldespato radiante? Es un secreto por ahora. No se preocupen, lo sabrán cuando comience la ceremonia de apertura. Oye, estoy ansiosa. Pues ahora. Qué bello es vivir. ¿Qué me tienes que decir?
Oh, are you leaving? Well, then take this with you.
Ah, nuestra bebida.
I've mixed more of this last special drink for you. The past shouldn't be forgotten. So I hope it brings back the flavors of Penacony.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting impression.
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too. I know his tastes, and he'll be thrilled.
Así lo haremos.
Alright, enough with the heavy stuff. You guys have important things to take care of, so let's not dwell on things. Whether it's the Astral Express or Penacony, there's still a long journey ahead. So let's lift our spirits, guys, and embark towards our tomorrows.
Uy, ahora somos Jade.
Old Oti is a tricky opponent. I didn't expect him to take the risky step of going public at such a critical moment for Penacony.
Indeed. He's definitely bold. It's that kind of boldness that made him the Odi Alfalfa he is
¿Y
today.
qué me dices de esta mommy?
Still,
Puntitos.
the outcome is
A
uncertain.
mí,
Shouting loud doesn't
yo lo
necessarily
siento,
carry any
pero eso me
weight.
quedo con esa mujer.
What about the phone call I asked you to make, Topaz?
¿Cómo que vivían a hablar?
Ah, they
Sí,
agreed.
como se van.
But it'll take some time before they arrive.
¿Me
Just
vivían?
as it should be. The sweet dew should be served
¿Me vivían
after
hablaría más
the
como
bitter
Han?
poison.
¿Dónde lo vivían?
Looks like we'll be skipping the exchanging apples step
Me
this
vivían
time
es otro
around.
tipo de mano.
Now that we're dealing with a greedy merchant, a simple apple wouldn't make a difference. Well, I guess I included myself in
El
that
problema es
remark
que no le
too.
cambiaron demasiado.
Now I'm a bit curious, Topaz. Do you think Penacony is a
Más le
quality
relegaron una
asset?
mente directora de campaña.
No te estoy entendiendo lo que estás
Yes.
diciendo.
No,
Despite
estoy
its
hablando
recent
conmigo misma.
calamity,
Ah.
Penacony remains a top quality asset within
Estoy
the
con
cosmos,
pensamientos
with
en voz baja
good
para mí
credit,
misma.
lucrative
Sobre
potential,
personajes de
and
rol.
promising prospects.
Así que no te preocupes.
Well, that's obvious. But what I truly wanted to know is, this project is obviously too bland for your taste, isn't it?
That's true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Venturine.
But despite that, you trust him. You even entrusted him with a cornerstone. Something as precious as life itself, to finish this gamble.
Are you not in the same boat, Miss Jade? Without us playing along, your Jade Stone wouldn't have made it across the border so easily, allowing you to see all desires that flow through dreams to gain a bargaining chip in negotiations. That's why I'm willing to stake my Topaz Stone to cover for you. It's like one big, elaborate game of chess.
Once that kid sets his mind to something, nothing can stop him. Not even fate. Well, at least he's still alive, and that's the best outcome.
Looks like we've strayed off topic, Miss Jade. Should we discuss our next steps?
No need. I'll go it alone. Meanwhile, you can go greet our honored guest and wait for my message.
Nos está invitada a
Okay.
conocer a Himeko probablemente.
Is that
¿Cuánto te juegas?
Robin? Huh. She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar.
Uy, ataca con un látigo.
Mami. Sorry, mami. Sorry.
Not exactly eye-catching.
Sorry, mami.
Mira, aquí también hay pajaritos de papel.
Greetings,
Excuse
Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Miss Jade?
Ay,
Greetings.
muero por
The
esta
opening
mujer.
ceremony for the Charmony Festival has
Dios,
been
qué
moved to the
estilazo que
Radiant
tiene.
Feldspar.
Es que
So
con
I'm
la
here
E.
making some
Uf.
preparations.
No, no, todo estilo, todo
How
vida.
about you? Have you
Toda,
spoken
estoy,
with Mr.
perdón,
Alfalfa?
como salga le voy a tirar, pero
I'm actually on my way to
creo que es la
Al
Pueden
siguiente.
right now. Do you know
Pues a
him
tirarle
well,
como una
Miss
loca.
Robin?
Unfortunately,
Como si me fuera la vida en ello.
I've only heard a few comments from the former head of the Oak family. Mr. Alfalfa is respectable when it comes to business. But in other respects, I can't say the same.
Where do you think the future of the planet of festivities is headed?
I believe the sweet dream will see its rebirth, just like the Radiant Feldspar resumed its voyage. The Harmony needs a new direction. Only by bidding farewell to the past can we actually sail into the future. There are no permanent allies or everlasting enemies. So let's both take what we need from this deal.
Naturally. I'm looking forward to your performance. See you at the festival.
See you later, Miss Jade.
Oh, es la señora Bermeñón. ¿Qué hace aquí la señora Bermeñón? No es un debe el sonido proveniente de algún lugar. Es parecido al pier de un pájaro o un invento de todos sos conscientes. Miras hacia abajo, como esperabas, no hay nada. Al fin y al cabo, los pajaritos de verdad no existen en el paisaje genérico. Supongo que esto no puedes hablar con ellos, con el personaje principal. A ver, hablemos con Odi otra vez. Señor Alfalfa.
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Alfalfa. Let's continue our discussion.
Figured out something already, Miss Jade? But where is Miss Topaz?
Topaz has something else to take care of. You'll be seeing her later. Talks can still continue between the two of us.
Is it just me, miss? Your tone sounds very different now.
I need to set a good example for my junior. It's not a good habit to be too loose-lipped during negotiations, right? Now we can speak frankly and openly. Do you believe what I said, Odie? You're not the only merchant who has seen the changes in the cosmic market over the past 10 Amber Eras.
Interesting. Now that's interesting. Good. It's good to be straightforward. Openness and transparency are my things. So, tell me, what's your next move?
Unfortunately, I'd like to speak the harsh truth before laying out my plan. Let's cut to the chase. First, your plan won't work. Penacony has no way of sidestepping the IPC and going public. Second, you can't stop the IPC from entering Penacony. We've got all the time and connections in the world to find a way in. We'll keep tearing down and rebuilding this place until the Asdana system gets used to the IPC's ways again. Now, I'm repeating your words exactly. If you don't want to be a laughingstock and have everyone gunning for you at the official conference, you'd better drop your little pie-in-the-sky plan.
Oh, interesting. Indeed. You surely have a way with words. Now, I'm curious to know what you have up your sleeve.
Mr. Alfalfa, let's not forget that the IPC controls the biggest interstellar publicity platform. More than half the news networks in the universe take their orders from us. The moment news spreads about Penacony going public, trillions of customers will immediately receive a message like this. The family's protection for Penacony has expired. Any mishaps in the dreamscape could result in permanent brain death. Care to guess how many ways we have to turn alfalfa credits into worthless junk within a measly 24 system hours? With the entire cosmos keeping a close eye on Penacony, I assure you, it won't be too hard.
You really think you can pull that off?
Even from Pier Point, as distant as it may be, I'm more than capable of keeping you on a tight leash. However, if you agree to give up that half-baked plan to go public, the IPC will assure you that we'll never jeopardize the interests of the family heads under your leadership. After all, we also need allies here in Asdana. The IPC can assist Penacony with financing, starting by acquiring 30% equity shares. With our financial support, stabilizing and rebuilding Penacony will be a piece of cake.
Hidratación.
30% equity, you say? Who can guarantee you won't want more in the future?
That's the brilliant part of it all. The answer is simple. No one. There are no guarantees. It all hinges on self-awareness and mutual respect. However, the board of directors will consider the interests of the family heads to some extent. You're a smart merchant, old Odie. Isn't the whole purpose of this elaborate game to showcase your business acumen and seek more benefits for the family? It benefits us if we both take a step back. And if that's not enough for you, I'm pretty sure that another goal of making Penacony go public is to expand the influence of the Planet of Festivities and attract more customers.
Yo bien.
I understand your concern, and I have a solution for that, too.
Fine. Now I see your sincerity. As the head of the Alfalfa family, I don't think I have any reason to refuse your offer. However, as their chosen one, I still need one final answer.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
When I was a child, I heard the adults recite the tale of the ancient Amber Era, about the ascension of Shipe, the Harmony, and the downfall of Enna, the Order. The Order and the Preservation used to be close in ancient times. So, why does the IPC, as a follower of the Amber Lord, seek collaboration with the family instead of aligning with the Order?
The answer is simpler than you think. It's all about credits. Everyone's favorite thing and the universally recognized currency among the stars. The IPC has the power to perpetually ensure their value. With each new world integrated into the credit system, the IPC adds another building block to its cause. Eventually, all exchanges, capital, and businesses will operate within a unified monetary system. By then, all planetary developments will be recorded in accounts with well-defined values and the ability for exchange and circulation. And the heart of everything will be Klepoth's credit.
Ah, and then the IPC will be able to exert influence over everything.
Our intention is to establish enduring preservation, so I'm sure you can understand. This universe doesn't need two types of order.
Well said. Now you've convinced me. All right. Tell me your solution. Let's see if we're thinking the same thing.
Then let's continue our conversation. Please, Topaz, invite Sweet Dew to join us at the table.
Dulce Rocío. ¿Quién es Dulce Rocío? Ah. Sí, era Himeko.
Thank you for your presence, Miss Himeko. Please allow me to introduce her to you, Mr. Alfalfa. This is Miss Himeko from the Astral Express, one of the future shareholders of Penacony.
I've heard so much about you, Mr. Alfalfa. It's an honor to meet you as representative of the Astral Express.
This stunning lady is the navigator of the Astral Express? It's a pleasure to meet you.
I believe everyone here is familiar with the general contents of the proposal. After this round of financing, the IPC is expected to hold 30% of Penacony's shares. Then, the IPC will transfer 5% of that stake to the Astral Express and recommend Miss Himeko as an independent director to honor the sacrifices and contributions made by the former Nameless to the land of the dreams.
While this decision isn't finalized yet, we are honored that everyone here recognizes the way of the Trailblaze. While the Nameless didn't embark on their journeys for fame or fortune, if this is the wish of both the family and the IPC, I will represent the Astral Express and fulfill my duty as a member of the board of directors. The entire crew has agreed to assist in the reconstruction of Penacony. Beyond that, in our future travels, we are committed to bringing the beautiful dreams of the planet of festivities to more worlds. Of course, all cooperation is based on one premise. The path of harmony in Penacony must not be distorted again, and such a tragedy must never recur.
Después de las negociaciones. A ver. Después de las negociaciones nos vamos. Ala. Adiós, muy buenas. Vamos a nuestra habitación. Uy, un cofre.
Old OT is in agreement, so the issue is settled, I presume. What about the remaining family heads?
They will soon realize the situation. When old Odie answered the last question, he represented more than just the Alfalfa family.
When should we schedule the formal negotiations? I'll handle the arrangements.
It's all up to you. I'll step back and let you handle the negotiations and takeover. I won't be involved.
But Miss Jade, this is...
Aventurine initiated this case, and you were his project partner. If that kid hadn't overplayed his hand, I wouldn't have been pushed to the forefront. I came here today to help you sort out the toughest issue. I trust you'll be able to wrap things up quite nicely, little Yelena.
Of course, there won't be any problems. And please, give Diamond my assurance.
Don't worry. Diamond has always trusted us. I'll put in a good word for you, and you'll have your P-45 position back in no time. Radiant Feldspar. What a fantastic ship. Well, now that my business is done, it's time for me to indulge in my own little hobby.
Ah, you want to open a Bon and Jade exchange branch on this ship too?
Opportunities like this don't come around often. Just look at the guests on this ship. They're surely holding a wealth of valuable treasures. Well, I'll take my leave. A pawn shop can't run without a boss. See you around, Topaz.
I have one more question for you, Miss Jade.
Go ahead.
That dose of bitter poison. I'm curious as to how you found this information.
I didn't find the information. It came to me. It was from a lady concerned with the future of the Harmony. In return, I've agreed to help her with something, but that's for later. We can deal with it after we leave Penacony. You see, that's what investment is all about. The seeds of opportunity are already sown. They only need a little bit of nourishment to take root. And then after, all we need to do is wait patiently. Like right now, for example. It's just about time my final guest boarded the ship.
Su último invitado somos nosotros. ¿Cuánto te juegas?
Pues puede ser. Porque ha
O
dicho
Luciérnaga.
Jimmy cuando nos reunimos aquí. Oh, bueno,
Luciérnaga
ahora
también
también se
podría
repite
ser.
a Luciana. Ay, verdad. O el vaquero, pero vamos, no lo sé.
Pero he hecho invitado. Bueno. Mira, ahí están.
Sneaking in was way easier than I thought. The family's security is as lax as ever.
Uy, qué lagueado me va, por Dios.
So, this is the Radiant
Me
Feldspar.
va con muchísimo lag.
So luxurious. A pawn shop that grants wishes. Is there really a place like that on the ship?
Sí.
I'll find out for
Es su
myself
invitado.
if the rumors are true or not.
Vamos a buscar a Hanat. Ahora. Ahora podemos ir por ahí. O no. O sí. Cofre. No, no me dejo
Is
pasar.
that him? Huh. Vanished in the blink of an eye. So the Astral Express is here too.
Vale, vamos a pillar el cofre.
What happened in Penacony?
Madre mía, Luciérnaga. Sus muerto.
¿Qué pasó?
No pulses la E. No pulses la E.
Ah, ya,
Hija de
vale, ya
su
sé lo
madre.
que pasó. Es su técnica.
No lo había probado y yo, hostia.
By the way, there's one more thing. Mr.
Al menos
Alfonso and
tiene
I
nada,
discussed
al
it.
menos puedes.
I'll present a gift to the
Mira,
Astral
sí.
Express on behalf of the
Mm,
family
toma.
as a token of gratitude for the nameless's
Mira,
contributions to
repente
Penacony.
más.
Please
Está
help me
pasando
with the
ella.
necessary
No estaba ni
arrangements.
que...
Right away, Miss Robin.
Uy, ¿quién nos dará?
Can I ask you something?
Oh, greetings, miss. Is there anything I can help you with?
Do you know how to get to the pawn shop?
Pawn shop. Ah, you must be talking about Lady Bonajade's place, right? I heard she offers special services there. I've marked the pawn shop's location on your device. Please feel free to check it out.
Gracias, señor.
Lady Bonajade. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. Was it from Silverwolf? Come to think of it, she disappeared after mentioning that she was going to meet with the Genius Society.
Madre mía, el logazo. No puedo ni
I wonder how
verlo.
things turned out for her.
Vamos a la habitación esta otra vez. A ver si puedo pillar ahora el cofre. ¡Sí! ¡No!
Welcome to Bonajade Exchange.
Estoy en las
Radiant
mismas,
Feldspar branch. How should I address you, dear lady?
Just call me Samuel.
Samuel. Nice name. So what do you need, Miss Samuel? And what are you willing to give up in return?
I want to keep on living. And for that, I'm willing to give up everything I have.
Everything you have?
That's right. Everything.
Miss Samuel, I think you'd best turn around. It seems you're not quite familiar with the term pawn.
What do you mean?
I mean it literally. I sense your burning desire to live, but unfortunately, you don't have anything of equal value to offer.
Okay. A pawn shop that grants wishes. I see. It's just a marketing gimmick.
Well, that's quite a harsh accusation. I understand you may not fully comprehend what I mean, but don't worry. I'll help you understand. Go and talk to these people. They're all customers of my pawn shop. See for yourself if their wishes have come true. Once you've done that, come back to me. I'll help you understand the true meaning of pawn and make you realize what you're missing.
Ya, damos muy mal rollo desde la perspectiva de otra persona.
No, ahora no
rather
puedo
than the owner of
entrar.
a pawn shop. Well, I've got nothing better to do anyway. I'll do as she says and see
¿Te
what
has dado cuenta el
happens.
mal rollo que damos desde la perspectiva de otros personajes?
Cuando has visto así corriendo hacia allá.
No, sí, claro. Ves a tu personaje correr, pero he dicho yo, vale, voy a seguirle. Sube las escaleras y me la encuentro al lado de unas máquinas. No sé si has visto eso. Vale,
No,
pues
no he
te
ido.
acercas, y tu personaje le está diciendo a otro,
But never let your guard
voy a
down.
ganar esta apuesta, tu cofre será mío. Y yo, ¿pero qué le pasa? ¿Qué le pasa? Y Luciana en plan de, sigues con la misma intensidad de siempre. Y yo, no, ya, hija, ya lo veo.
Oye, sí, sigue con la misma intensidad de siempre.
Te lo juro, subir las escaleras es buenísimo.
No lo he visto.
Es una escalera, es una por donde estaba ella. Me sigues y es maravilloso.
Oye, aquí hay un relojito de estos. Voy a hacer. Estimado invitado, ¿quieres cambiar de habitación? Quizá prefieres otro lugar más interesante. La sábana está en el suelo y la almohada en el techo. Abre la botella y deslizarlo con antelación para que todo suelte todo el gas. Ahora no tendrá sabor. ¿No crees que la mayoría de las habitaciones son demasiado mundanas? Es muy aburrido tener sábanas bien planchadas y todo ordenado. ¿No es mejor tener algo de emoción? Pues no sé. A ver. Vale.
Da más miedo, o sea, nuestro propio personaje a mí me asusta. Es muy intenso. Por alguna razón.
Sí, no puedo decirte que no. Pero debo decirte que sí que es muy intenso usualmente. Ay. Por favor, ya no más. ¡No! Bueno, ya está. Espero que ya esté. Por 5 engranajes que he tenido que pillar para hacer este. Al menos será fácil. Ah, qué mareo. Se siente cuando a mi ideal le falta una pieza. Pues de señal que me olvidara incluso los asuntos de trabajo. Hay que cambiar el relleno de la almohada. Solo se tienen dulces sueños sobre una almohada blanca. A partir de ahora me aseguraré de que las habitaciones que limpie sean las más aseadas y cómodas. Al fin y al cabo, todo el mundo quiere tener un sueño perfecto. Aún recuerdo las tareas que me asignó el jefe.
Inspection complete. Nothing suspicious.
Vale, pues nada, vamos por ahí. Un cofrecito. ¡Uy, un pájaro!
No danger detected. But never let your guard down.
¡Sorpresa! Apuesta que no esperabas encontrarme. ¿No te alegra haberme encontrado? Es un canto de pájaro lo que oigo. ¿Billetes? Un pajarito es mucho mejor que los billetes. Me parezco de sorpresa y hasta sé pillar. No entiendo a los humanos, porque siempre están tan obsesionados con los billetes. Esos pedazos de papel rectangulares de verdad son tan fascinantes. No creo que sean tan atractivos, son algo sucios, incluso hacen que mis plumas se vean asquerosas. Ahora debo ir a acicararlas. La próxima vez te daré una auténtica sorpresa, tío. Maravilloso.
Got it.
A ver. Stacy.
You stupid little girl. Coming back to lose more money, huh?
Ugh, enough talk. Let's get started. This will be our final game. I'm betting my entire fortune.
Oh, a big talker, huh? All right, let's see what you've got.
¿Y cómo? Ronda 1, ¿qué? ¿Qué es esto repentinamente? ¿Qué? Sobre de pajaritos de papel es un juego de batallas de eliminación de bloques en el que tendrás que combinar y eliminar frutas dentro de un número determinado de movimientos para mejorar el poder de combate del pajarito. Al terminar la ronda, el sistema calculará el daño según la diferencia de poder de combate, y si la vida de arriba se reduce a 0, ganarás. Ok. Vale, sí. Elimina frutas para aumentar el poder del pajarito. Ok. Garra tiene un límite de movimientos. Ok. Vale. A ver, vamos a hacer esto así. Esto así. Esto así. Y esto así. Ronda finalizada.
Me encanta, ahora están ahí Dan Geni y eres protagonista, por Dios. Bueno, online en mi caso.
Yo me estoy
Ay,
pegando con pajaritos de bebé.
¿qué has hecho para meterte ahí?
Yo gané, de verdad, gané. Pues nada, seguir a la flecha.
This can't be. You lost to me 10 times in a row. How could I possibly lose to you at such a crucial moment?
O sea, estoy viendo que cumplieron sus sueños.
Truly blessed me. Finally, my luck has turned for the better. Let's new era for Stacy, the
Está fatal de la olla.
Yo no estoy viendo a nuestro protagonista en ningún momento, yo no entiendo nada.
Yo sí, ha sido salir de la habitación y a la derecha, que hay un montón de cosas para romper, está Dan Geni el protagonista. Y se pone protagonista. Mira, Dan, se pone. Plan de 1, 2, 3, 4. ¿Cuál sería el mejor para romper? Y Dan Geni en plan de, creo que deberías de parar y relajarte. Y la otra,
Sí, debería.
¿Qué te pasa? Señora, pues fíjate cuando te haga porque te lo juro, es una maravilla esta mierda.
A la derecha, esa es la habitación a la derecha. Yo aquí no veo a nadie, ¿eh?
Pues será que no lo tienes ahora. Mira, yo sí que los tengo.
Mira, yo no los
Ha sido
tengo.
nada más salir de la habitación de Jade. Cuando hablas con ella y te dice no voy a hacer ese trato contigo, pues están a la
No sé,
derecha.
yo no les he visto en ningún momento.
No sé, te los digo. ¿Yo qué quieres que te diga, Siro? Yo les veo súper fácil. Es que son muy reconocibles.
Ya bueno, pues yo no los he visto en ningún momento. ¿Qué quieres que te diga?
Ya, vale. Mira. Yo voy a hacer una fotito.
A ver si por aquí.
Voy
No,
a
sí,
pasar.
yo te creo, pero yo. ¿Has visto que ahí no están en mi juego?
Ya, es que tú vas, el directo va con un poco de retraso, pero sí, lo he visto. Pues será que es dependiendo de la escena, que el protagonista se irá moviendo según también tú en qué escena estés con Luciana. Pero el protagonista está por esta zona, entonces ten en cuenta por dónde te mueves, porque a lo mejor de repente vuelve a aparecer.
Toda a bordo, a toda velocidad. Ahora vamos, todos a cubierta, Pío. Creo que hay algo. Pío, giren el timón. Ahora soy la nueva capitana. He soportado muchas tormentas. Los guiaré a todos hasta el final. Ah, olvidé reclutar miembros de la tripulación. Pío, capitán sin una nave, qué vergüenza. Estaba tan emocionada. Ay, no. Puedo sentir que las energías están ardiendo. Voy a enterrar mi cabeza en la arena por un rato. Solo finge que nada de esto pasó. Y no se lo digas a otros pajaritos. Ok. Como hay una... Ah, vale. ¡Ah! ¡Mira dónde está! ¡Mira dónde está el protagonista!
Vale, acércate a él, ya verás, esto es muy divertido.
Sí, primero tengo que saber cómo llegar hasta aquí. A ver. Por aquí. Está aquí con 7 de marzo.
Chirp, chirp.
Es que es muy gracioso. Esto es muy gracioso, o sea, por Dios.
Está hablando con los pajaritos debajo.
Que yo veo al protagonista y te juro que yo me planteo como nos toman en serio por la galaxia.
It's not the best time to do that.
Ay, no sé por qué.
Sorry. I'll catch up with you later.
Qué maravilla, por Dios. Siguiendo mi camino. Ok. Ha sido gracioso.
Hey, did you see that?
O sea,
The gray-haired one outside.
pues lleva así todo el rato.
Don't look around. Just
Con cada
focus on your
frase, cada
drink.
cosa que suelta.
Seriously, they look like a total lunatic.
No nos toman en serio, están hablando de nosotros.
Him?
Que no.
Ay, por Dios, ahora te lo señalan y todo, pero ¿qué está pasando aquí? Pero que acabo de bajar ahí, o sea, ¿qué me estás diciendo, señora? Bueno, en fin. Ok. No entiendo nada, pero vale. Creo que he hecho las animaciones al revés.
I've prepared a gift for you, Dorothy. Check this out.
Whoa! What a beautiful necklace! Is it made of cymophane? It's stunning.
No eres una cosa.
How did you know I love jewelry made of cymophane? It has the same purple hue as the necklace my dad gave my mom. I've never told anyone about it. How did you find out, Del?
So...
Es buenísimo, yo lo siento. De verdad te lo juro, no sé cómo nos toman en serio.
Ya.
Es que no.
I will.
Really? I mean, really?
I never said yes before because I thought you had no idea what I liked. But this gift made me realize you were actually paying attention all along, trying to learn everything about me. So yes, I will.
Wonderful. My wish has actually come true. So, shall we go, Dorothy? Let's go outside and enjoy the stunning views of the 12 hours.
Yeah, let's go.
Ok. No sigue ahí, pues creo que me... Ok. En fin,
Yeah, you heard right. I've got him. He's been hiding at the moment of soul in Penacony, using a fake identity. And he even posed as a professor at Paperfold Academy. I've made a deal with the family. I'll leave the extradition-related paperwork to you. How'd I find him? Well, let's just say I had some help from an influential figure. Don't ask for the details. 22 years.
Acabo de ver el protagonista subido al pájaro. Es tal. Acabo de llegar.
Eso es lo que he visto.
No me lo puedo creer.
Right here. I'm gonna hang up for now, partner. I need to raise a glass to
No nos
myself.
pueden tomar en serio. No nos pueden tomar en serio.
Walter cuelga el teléfono y una gota de combustión se precipita en sus profundas cuencas oculares obstruidas. Tras las lágrimas del intelitor.
All of their wishes actually did come true. But I just don't understand. How did she do it? And what does pawn really mean? I should go back and ask.
Pues nada, preguntemos. Ah, no, déjame coger.
Yeah.
Yo quiero
I
el
found those
cofre.
people. And
Yeah,
it seems
me
their
pasa.
wishes did come true after visiting the Bonajade Exchange. But I'm not sure what you want me to see. They all seem to be living fulfilled lives.
Not so fast. This step was just to show you that the Bonajade Exchange is genuine. That I had the power to grant their wishes.
Dios bendito, o sea.
And now, I'll tell you the
¿Qué
truth.
pasa? No, no puedo. No
Del
puedo
was
con
from a
estos
wealthy
dragones, te lo
family.
juro.
He was head over heels for Dorothy and wanted to win her heart. So he made a deal with me. He put up his entire fortune in exchange for a gift that would impress Dorothy. It was a piece of cake for me, thanks to my IPC connections. However, Del will soon find himself evicted from the dreamscape because he can't afford his room. Whether he can bounce back from poverty, well,
Ahora nos ponen a hablar.
that
Madre
depends on
mía.
him. Let's just hope that necklace will keep the relationship from crumbling. Then there's Stacy, a lady with a gambling addiction. She wanted some serious luck, but she had nothing to offer. So I took something else instead. I took away all her close relationships. From the moment she stepped out of the Bonajade Exchange, every casino in the cosmos would remember her name. But her parents and siblings would sever ties with her, and it would be impossible for Stacy to make any real friends again. She will accrue a vast wealth due to her good luck, but she'll never be able to use it for the people who truly matter to her. As for Detective Walker, he spent 2 decades chasing down a wanted criminal for some heinous crime. But he never caught the guy. In his desperation, he came to me. He offered his own memory system as collateral. In due time, his memories as a detective will be erased, and he will completely forget his own identity and all the sacrifices he has made. Interesting, don't you think? I fulfill people's desires and grant them favors, and soon they come back to me with even greater desires. When people see others' desires get fulfilled, they develop their own desires. It seems like an endless cycle, but it does have a goal. In the end, I will get what I desire from this whirlpool. And patience happens to be one of my greatest strengths. So now, do you understand what you must give up, Miss Samuel? Or should I address you as
Yo creo que lo voy a dejar dentro de poco porque a mí por lo menos me está dando mucho lag, ¿no? Es que apenas me puedo mover con personas. Creo que es por que mi ordenador está ya muy caliente.
Vale. Cuando terminemos de hablar con Jade, pues lo dejamos fuera.
I'm not surprised.
Me parece bien.
You are much calmer than I expected. Entropy loss syndrome. Truly an unjust misfortune, isn't it? The higher-ups in Glamoth implemented such a failsafe within the genes of their warriors, just to make sure the Republic's most powerful weapons wouldn't fall into the wrong hands. As for the price, those Iron Cavalries weren't exactly seen as regular, independent humans, so there wasn't really a price to be paid. However, you are different. You're now a Stellaron hunter, a living being named Firefly. Naturally, you want to continue your existence, but with the Firmament Front gone, the people who know the secret and can cure the disease are nowhere to be found.
Are you suggesting that the IPC has a remedy?
Well, there might be a silver lining. That's all I can say for now.
I see. It's no wonder you said I can't provide anything of equal value. Because nothing I own holds any meaning. So, you're going to ask me to personally restrain my partners to ensure my own survival?
Unfortunately, that's not quite the case. Partners. A nice way to put it. Now I'm even more curious about the Stellaron Hunters. Each of you has your own identity and a special bond with each other. It's strong and intimate, and yet it allows for independence. Just as the 10 Stonehearts follow Diamond, you follow your own leader. I wonder what they are like, and if all Stellaron Hunters are like you. Traveling on the path of finality, but struggling against your destiny. Attempting to move in the opposite direction. I really hope that one day, all of you will come and visit my pawn shop. I'll be waiting patiently for that day.
Can I see this as an invitation? From Diamond to the Stellaron Hunters while keeping the IPC in the dark?
Consider it more of a personal offer from myself. It doesn't represent the IPC or the Strategic Investment Department.
The Stellaron Hunters have interacted with the IPC, but not the 10 Stonehearts. our paths have never crossed. As for your offer, I can pass it along to my partners. But I have a question. You know who I am. And you must know that my partner is keeping an eye on this room. If she wanted to, she could let the entirety of Purepoint know about it within a few mere seconds. What drives you to take such a risk and extend this invitation on behalf of Diamond, even if it could lead to your downfall?
Simply put, you and I are the same. However, unlike you Stellaron hunters or the Astral Express, we band together merely to obtain what we want. Each of us has our own past and destined ends, and on this journey, we have been invited by Diamond to join him. This journey could be either brief or long, as each of us carries a void in our hearts that can only be filled from the outside. So, Diamond made us a promise to divide the power of the Emanator of Preservation into 10 pieces and give each of us a cornerstone to fill that void. Mortal flesh is fragile, yet my heart is unyielding like the monolith. For without this resolve, the way of preservation would fade into oblivion. So, you understand? This pledge goes beyond a mere oath. It's our collateral in exchange for opportunities, wealth, survival, and a future. And whatever we gain from it will fortify the Stonehearts in return, allowing us to achieve the great cause of the preservation when the war among the eons eventually comes.
I understand.
Bienvenido al canal, el Jeps A113.
Hola.
¿Qué tal estás?
Bienvenida.
Take your time, child.
Hola,
You don't need to
hola.
give me an immediate answer. Like I said, patience is one of my greatest strengths.
If fate turns that page, our paths will cross again. It's a shame, though, that this pawn shop can't give me what I desire.
Ya te has hecho toda la historia de
My last
localización.
attempt in Penacony.
Madre mía.
Well,
Nosotros aquí estamos.
it ends with hope.
Pues nosotros aquí estamos.
Lady Bonajade? I've come to deliver the collateral as
Haciendo la historia
promised.
principal. Por favor, déjame coger el maldito cofre. Como ahora nos cambia de perfecto. Me cago en todo.
Es que no puedo, quiero ese cofre de esa habitación, por Dios.
Yo quiero el cofre de la habitación de Jade.
Turns out,
Es
the
lo que me
news
está
that says the
poniendo
future
los
of Penacony
nervios.
went much smoother than
El no
expected.
conseguir ese cofre.
Little debate.
Lo hemos visto 5 veces. Las 5
The
veces
Charmony
nos han dejado
Festival's
ir a por
opening
él.
ceremony is starting soon. I should head down and take a look.
Pues nada,
Ahora somos los locos de nosotros.
This airship has quite a few treasures. A bountiful harvest.
Ay, por Dios, de verdad. Todo mal. Todo mal. Y pues nada. Lo vamos a dejar por aquí hoy, ¿no? No vayamos a meternos donde no nos llaman.
Bueno, yo lo voy a dejar en el momento en el que me deje moverme.
Pues eso, en este momento.
¿A ti te deja moverte? A mí no.
Sí, me deja moverme. O sea, ha terminado de
Vale,
hablar el
estoy
protagonista.
Ah, vale, no. Vale, es que
Y
yo
ya.
sigo leyendo.
Ah.
Vale, ahora sí. Vale.
Bueno, ¿y qué te ha parecido sin spoilers la historia de esta
Sí,
actualización?
sí. Sin spoilers, que aquí. Mi opinión es que el universo no puede tomar en serio el protagonismo.
No.
7 de 10, bueno.
7 de 10.
Interesante, a ver qué tal.
Pues a ver qué tal. Ay.
Yo lo siento, pero te lo juro. O sea,
Es
que le
cine.
pasa el protagonismo. El protagonismo.
El protagonista. El protagonista a mí me
No
hace
sé
mucha gracia.
hablar.
O sea, encontrárnoslo en el coso ese de la punta del barco donde están los pájaros hablando con un pájaro de papel. ¿Estás bien? ¿Quieres que hablemos?
Pero si le ha dicho uno de apuesta que te voy a quitar el cofre. Y cuando Ángel estaba rompiendo las cosas de Ángel en plan, señor, sácame de aquí, por favor, que la gente no nos mire. O sea,
Pobre
y más
Ángel lo
da
que tiene que
igual.
aguantar, Pobre Ángel
Ángel
lo
ha
que tiene
dicho
que
más. Encárgate de ella. Uno de él. Ha sido así. Y el otro ha dicho, me voy a subir a hablar con los pajaritos, pío, pío. Y tú en plan de... Bueno,
A ver,
pues
sí que...
nada.
A ver, tiene un estelaro en el interior. Muy normal no es. También
Muy normal no es, Dios mío.
Así que...
Ah, mira, sí, a mí me acaban de llegar todas las recompensas de Twitch
Ah, pues qué
al
bien.
juego.
Voy a reclamar mis recompensas de Twitch.
Pero eso te lo digo, a mí me acaban de llegar todas.
A ver. Esperemos que me lleguen.
A mí me han
Porque
llegado.
reclamé las últimas y no me llegaron. También hay de Genshin.
Te tienes que seguir con Genshin.
En algún momento. No me llegan las recompensas.
Qué raro, a mí me acaban de llegar. Bueno, las he reclamado antes. Hace un ratito.
Bueno, veré si mañana están. Si no te digo, volveré a...
Honkai Impact, no lo jugué. Yo por lo menos no. O sea, he jugado Genshin y estoy jugando ahora esto. ¿Habrás vinculado la cuenta? ¿Quién sabe? A mí es que sí está vinculada, ¿no?
A ver, si a mí antes me llegaban.
Que se te haya desvinculado o algo.
No sé, voy a ver si puedo volver a vincularla. Bueno, pues... No,
Pues nada.
técnicamente estaba vinculado todo. Se habrá desvinculado en algún momento. Pero bueno,
Entiendo.
nos vamos a despedir aquí.
Sí, hasta
Así que
aquí.
lo vamos a dejar aquí por hoy.
El lunes más y mejor.
Esperemos. Más texto. ¡Yujú!
Más texto. Y movernos y perspectivas. Pero bueno. Así
Pero
que
bueno.
nada. Pues un placer tenerte por aquí. El Jeps. Y nada. Pues nos vemos el lunes. Mañana, ¿qué tienes, Siro?
Supuestamente es viernes de coffee. Y jugaremos
Vale.
control. Supuestamente. Llevo ya varios viernes que no existe. Así que...
Bueno,
ahí vamos.
pues no. Y a nosotros nos tendréis de nuevo el lunes con Honkai. Así que nada, nos vemos la próxima. Chao, chao.
Adiós.